The City of Riversea is a regional local government authority and provides many services and facilities to our citizens. Our primary stakeholders include the residents, property owners, businesses, and special interest community groups. Government, including local councillors, state and federal representatives, adjacent LGAs, as well as the media. This short presentation is an introduction on automating appraisal in the city and the consequences that may have. Every day, the City of Riversea LGA produces a mountain of records. What records need to be preserved? How long do we need to keep them? This is known as appraisal. Following the guidance of retention and disposal policy frameworks, appraisal is the process where archivists determine which records need to be captured, entered into records management systems, and for how long. Traditionally, in the paper age, decisions regarding the value of a document were made at the end of the record life cycle. Today, using the records continuum model, appraisal can begin even before records are created. Applying appraisal as soon as possible is preferred and occurs at numerous points in the record cycle. For example, before migrating files from one format to another, we ask if this record continues to need to be preserved. Record management systems are a unified set of resources, responsibilities, procedures, and equipment designed to maintain and provide access to records with the program. Retention and disposal authorities ensure standardized decision-making so that appraisal is consistent and adheres to precedents. The city is legally bound to follow the legislation, standards, and policies set forth by the state and federal governments. Artificial intelligence, or AI, works by applying iterative processing and intelligent algorithms that improve with use to identify patterns or features in the metadata and content of documents and can transform that information into meaningful insights. Employing humans to read and analyze every single file generated by government is not an option. Finding ways to automate processes such as archival appraisal will not make humans redundant, but will free up resources and improve efficiency so that archivists and record keepers can do high-level work. AI performs tasks automatically at speeds no human can match, and people get bored with repetitive work, become increasingly likely to make mistakes over time. In the city, we deal with vast troves of emails. AI software tools can be put to use identifying duplicates and non-valuable emails, reducing volume, as well as extracting metadata, enhancing discoverability and manageability. Of most interest to record keepers is classification. Is this email spam? The description of records includes classification, registration, and metadata. One definition of metadata is data that describes another thing. For archivists, the challenge of creating quality metadata is we must create a record for someone we have never met, with some unknown information need at some distant point in the future. Metadata is a map to help us navigate a complex information world. Software tools are very good at extracting metadata from born digital records, including creation date, file size, file type, directory pathways, etc. Although this information is only useful if the original embedded data is accurate. Bringing structure to large volumes of unstructured information, software tools can be used for jobs like categorization and clustering, where records with conceptually similar patterns, topics, and themes can be grouped together. Using a funnel approach, software tools can substantially reduce the number of records needed to be reviewed by excluding those out of scope, duplicates, or irrelevant files formats, reducing the amount of times and resources needed to conduct tasks such as appraisal. Some issues to be aware of with AI. Humans are better than machines when it comes to understanding context and applying reason. Machines excel at identifying and extracting key data points such as names, dates, and keywords. If the data is bad to begin with, software programs will give bad results. A significant investment of time, expertise, and other resources are required upfront to sufficiently train a machine to identify information. The more time and effort put in initially will result in more accurate results. Archivists can use software to extract contextual information both in the content and embedded in metadata, as well as finding patterns in and relationships between records. Context is essential in understanding the provenance of digital records and allowing us to arrange them in original order. Software tools can improve their performance on assigned tasks without being given explicit instructions by programmers through machine learning. Given a large volume of quality training data curated by your archivists, the software learns by building a statistical model that is honed against the training data. The quality of the work performed by machine can be tested by taking a sample of documents and comparing the analysis of human to machine. Programming and algorithm development should be supervised by archivists. Decisions made will affect the output from the software. That in turn can affect people's lives. Some AI products, especially from commercial suppliers, are pre-supplied and cannot be altered. If the algorithm cannot be reprogrammed, then there is a significant risk of introducing bias into our processes. AI learns from processing large amounts of data. Their outputs are based on the contents of that data. As Anthea Sellers puts it, if the data is inaccurate, it will amplify the inaccuracies. If the dataset is biased, it will only amplify the bias. It cannot fix or compensate for poor datasets. One of the challenges of AI products, according to Glenn Humphreys, is the difficulty integrating machine learning technology with complicated existing retention and disposal authorities, or RDAs, that were conceived with humans in mind, not machines. RDAs ensure standardized decision-making so that appraisal decisions are consistent and adhere to precedents. The City of Riversea is legally bound to follow the legislation, standards, policies and regulations set forth by the state and federal governments, and much of our guidance and frameworks comes from the state archivists. Good record keeping is always our goal. Utilizing automated software products to achieve efficiencies is worthwhile so long as our systems and processes remain accountable and uncompromised. The introduction of AI technology to assist in record keeping and archives requires time, effort, and resources, but can pay substantial dividends.